Gents, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing okay. Now, in today's video, I wanted to discuss if you chase her, she will run away from you. She will repel you. A lot of guys make the mistake of thinking that chasing after a woman is going to give them what they want. Chasing after a woman is going to convince her that you are the right guy for her. You know, making sure she's okay all the time, double texting, maybe sometimes triple texting, asking what she's up to constantly, being really kind and throwing loads of compliments and praise her way, being constantly available, always pursuing. A lot of guys think that this strategy will pay off and get them what they want. And this is wrong. In fact, it does the opposite. Look, there is a stage within relationships called the courting stage, whereby, generally speaking, the guy will date the girl and he will invite her for a coffee, he will invite her for some food, and this is pretty normal. And what happens in this stage is that those two people come together, they spend a bit of time together and determine whether they like each other and whether they want to continue seeing each other, and maybe if they keep seeing each other for a while, things will arrive at a point where a relationship is on the cards. That's courting. And that's a pretty normal stage that most relationships go through before they start. That's not chasing. As a man, it's normal to go through that courting phase where you are inviting the woman out for food, trying to create opportunities to spend time together, to have good time together, taking her out for a picnic or taking her out for a coffee or taking her to the movies or something like this. That's not chasing. Chasing is where a lot of guys will become obsessed with a girl. They'll take them out for food, but before the girl's even got home after the date, she's got 17 text messages from this guy asking if she's okay, asking what she's doing later, whether she wants to meet up again. She has no time to even think or reflect on the experience. She has no time. She's completely crowded. And women often feel like they're drowning with guys like this. Now, for you guys in the UK, you'll remember the series The In-Betweeners. If you reflect back to watching The In-Betweeners in your early days, you remember that there's a particular episode where Jay gets his first girlfriend. And this guy is the ultimate example of what I'm talking about. He hounds her. He sends her 15 messages. He sends her messages on different platforms. He's always lauding her with praise and compliments and doesn't give her a second to breathe. And ultimately what happens in that story is this girl says, "You are too much for me. You're too emotional for me. You're too needy for me. I'm done." And this guy's heartbroken and all his mates take the piss out of him, and it's a story that in the end everything's fine. But the moral of that story that I think a lot of people miss is that is most men in the modern world. They don't understand how to approach women. They don't understand how to build relationships whilst keeping that polarization that's very important, whilst keeping that spark, whilst keeping that energy, whilst maintaining your frame, whilst maintaining your masculine frame. A lot of guys will just become like overexcited puppies. They get a sniff and they just can't stop sniffing. They're desperate. They feel the need to chase, because they're so terrified of things falling apart. They're so terrified of that woman walking away. They feel that if they're not chasing, then the woman's just going to leave them. And gentlemen, it's the complete opposite. If you chase, that's when she'll leave. But if you take a step back and you give her the opportunity to reflect on you and her, you give her the opportunity to reflect and think about you. If you give her the opportunity to miss you, this is where attraction is built with a bit of distance. Women need a bit of time to think. They need a bit of space to think. We as men think that we don't. We would love to say, oh, I wouldn't care if a woman was all over me and she didn't give me any space. But after a while, guys, it would get a bit much. And women need their space, and they're clear about that. But guys that don't give them their space and guys that chase often have the worst results, because they are the needy guys. They are the guys that are too emotional. They are the guys that are just too much for these women to handle. The guys that have the most success are the guys that understand space is important. The guys that take a step back and give it a few days. You don't need to be texting her all the time. You take her out on a date, you have a great time, you end it on a good note. Now take a step back. If she likes you, in time she will come back to you. And here's the secret, guys. If she doesn't, then that's not a relationship that you want anyway. You got to get comfortable knowing that if somebody doesn't want to be in your life or doesn't have an interest in you within a romantic sense, then that's okay. That's okay, and you're going to save yourself a lot of time, because that person's not for you and somebody else is for you. And now you have more time to go and find that right person. But a lot of guys will get in a weird position where they just become chasers, and they're so desperate for a sniff. They're so desperate for a little bit of sex or a little bit of intimacy that they drop any kind of standards that they have and just become these puppy-like obsessive guys. So I say to you watching this video right now, take a step back. If you're in a sort of courting stage right now with somebody, take a step back and allow them to come to you. For future reference, if you're considering going and talking to a girl, go and talk to her. Go and be respectful, go and be kind, go and be sweet and charming. But don't be too much. Invite her out for a date, maybe go for that date. Then don't be triple texting and quadruple texting and profile stalking and all these things. Get yourself busy by doing your own thing. Get in the gym, get to work, study, educate yourself, learn skills, go to a club, go learn a new hobby or something like that. Get yourself busy. You shouldn't have time to be triple texting, quadruple texting. The funny thing is, in some senses, the less effort you put into chasing, the better your results are. Women love space, guys. Women love space. They love a guy who respects boundaries. They love a guy who's not overly intrusive. They love a guy who can wait a few hours for a reply without having a hissy fit. That's another thing, guys. If you are messaging a girl right now and you're angry because she's not replying, hold back. Hold back, move on. You're saying, oh, she's online and she's online and her snap score is going up. She's texting other people, but she's not replying to me. She's not interested. She's not interested. And you sat there giving it headspace is only wasting time. Move on. Send a message to somebody else that you find interesting and maybe they'll find you interesting. But don't waste your time on people and girls that clearly have no interest in you. It's a form of low self-respect when you are chasing something that does not want or indeed value you. And you know that, but you still keep going. It's low self-respect. Have it in your head that you must not chase what does not want you. You must not chase what does not respect you. And when you adopt this, good women will notice these traits within you. They are admirable traits. Women love a man who has self-respect, who has standards, who has healthy boundaries. Don't chase, guys. Never chase. Courting and chasing are different. I hope I've clarified that. There's a stage, guys, where you're going to need to court. You need to date her. You need to spend time with her. You need to say nice things to her. That's normal. This is a normal stage of dating and relationships. But for God's sake, Don't let yourself down and turn into this obsessive puppy who can't leave a girl alone. You're going to dry her up, my friend. You're going to dry her up, and she's going to put you in the category of a needy guy. And you won't get what you're after. But if you step back, if you maintain some level of decency and some standards and some level of self-respect, and take a step back, she's more likely to come to you. I'm not saying she definitely will. There's going to be women that, look, you take a step back and they don't chase you. It's not a formula that's guaranteed. Oh, you know, take a step back and she'll come to you every single time. No, that's not the reality. And it'd be weird if it was the reality. I'm not trying to talk about some kind of psychological trick within this video, guys. It's more about you than it is about her. Okay, you take a step back, not because you don't like the girl, but because you have self-respect. You take a step back because you have standards and you have boundaries for how you want to be treated in and out of relationships. But I think if a woman is genuinely interested in you, and she likes you and respects you, and you give her space and take a step back and allow her to come to you, she's going to be very grateful for it, and she's going to like you even more than she already did. So look, here's something to think about, guys. If you've made the mistake of chasing before, like I have, then make sure that going forward, this is an approach that you take. Remember, there's a difference between courting and chasing. You're going to be a courter at some point or another. Don't be a chaser. Don't lower yourself to that level. And I believe if you adopt this approach, you're going to have a lot more success within the dating and relationship space. Anyway, guys, look, if you took some value from this video today, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel for more from me, and comment your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.